Karnataka Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai confirms that NIA will now probe Praveen murder in Dakshina Kannada. Big controversy breaks out over Praveen's murder. NIA probes what really happened. But the Congress party says he could have been killed due to internal Sangh Parivar crisis. Following the murder of the BJP leader Praveen Nettaru, prohibitory orders under Section 144 have been imposed. Controversial personalities including Mutalik asked not to come to Dakshina Kannada. Karnataka Minister Dr. Ashwath Narayan stirs a controversy, saying that the state government is even ready to conduct encounters on culprits. As tensions simmer in coastal Karnataka over the gruesome murder of Praveen Nettaru and Fazil in the last 24 hours, the Chief Minister has now ordered an NIA investigation into the killing of the BJP leader Praveen Nettaru. His murderers are still free. There are links of radical groups emerging, but there's also a race between both the BJP and Congress on trying to draw politics out of these two cases. Here is what has happened so far, and then we have a debate on the burning question.
Dakshina Kannada has witnessed 3 back-to-back murders.
ಹೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಗಾರ್ಬೆಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಸಂಘಟನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ PFI ಸಂಘಟನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ SDPI ಅಂದರೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ ಆಗಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು.
People in coastal Karnataka continue to await justice. CM Basavaraj Bommai has said that the case will be handed over to the NIA.
DGIG ಅವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈಗ ಪ್ರವೀಣನ ಹತ್ಯೆ ಕೇಸು ಶಂಕಿತವಾಗಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸ್ಡ್ ಕ್ರೈಮು ಮತ್ತು ಅಂತಾರಾಜ್ಯ ವಿಚಾರ ಇರೋದರಿಂದ ಅದರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟಾಗಿ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ ಏನು ಮಾಹಿತಿ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ ಮತ್ತು ತನಿಖೆ ತೀವ್ರಗತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಹಿತಿಗಳನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಲೆಟ್ರನ್ನು ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದನ್ನು NIA ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ನಾವು ತೀರ್ಮಾನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ.
Even Karnataka minister has sent out a stern message to the culprits.
ಆಗಿದೆ ಆದರೆ ಇಂಥ ಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನ ನಡೀಬಾರ್ದು ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾಜದ ನಾಗರಿಕರ ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆ ಇದೆ. ಈ ಅಪೇಕ್ಷೆಯ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಅವರ ಭಾವನೆಯ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ತೀವ್ರವಾದಂಥ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು ಯಾರೇ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಲಿ ಹುಡುಕಿ ಆ ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಏನು ಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಹಿಸಬೇಕು, ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎನ್ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ UPಗಿಂತ ಒಂದು 5 ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. UPಗಿಂತಲೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಮಾಡಲೇ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ, UPಗಿಂತಲೂ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಒಂದು ಮುಂದುವರ ರಾಜ್ಯ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗಿಂತ ಪ್ರಗತಿಪರವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ರಾಜ್ಯ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ರಾಜ್ಯ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಇತರರಿಗೆ ಮಾದರಿಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಇದನ್ನೇನು ಅನುಸರಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು
But Congress continues to give brazen spin to Praveen murder. Karnataka Congress leader of opposition Siddaramaiah called it a Sangh internal crisis. Is Congress giving PFI, SDPI benefit of doubt? Let's debate.
And on the burning question this evening, we have S. Prakash, spokesperson of the BJP, joining us live. Binay Singh, political analyst on the show. Karan Verma, author, political analyst. Kalikur Rahman, joining us. TR Prasad Gowda of the JDS on the show this evening, along with America Narayanan, political analyst. Dr. Sudhakar and HD Kumaraswamy will be joining us in a few minutes from now. Waiting for them to join us on the debate. Let me start with America Narayanan, and S. Prakash can respond to that. I have questions to both the BJP and the Congress party. Now, my first question is to America. America, can you hear me, America? Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. Okay. So I want to ask you, there is this former chief minister called Siddaramaiah. He's a very senior leader. And he was well aware that the NIA has been handed over the investigation. Okay? Now, when the NIA has handed over the investigation, the police are saying SDPI, PFI links are being looked at. The wife of one of the accused arrested says, my husband used to work for the PFI and SDPI. Why is he giving it a Sangh, internal Sangh issue spin? Because some people are asking if he's giving SDPI and PFI cover fire.
Can I respond?
Yes, please.
I think as I saw it, whatever I know about this particular case, even during the funeral march, BJP ministers and their cars, as you can see, has been, BJP carriers themselves have hit on the car of the BJP minister. Given that, even the BJP carriers did not have faith in internal politics as an outside observer. I do not know what exactly has happened. Now, this is the time, I think the unfortunate thing is lately, politically, it is benefiting a certain party to communalize the issue, and we know which party has been naming in the name of Hindus and Muslims dividing the society. And there are a lot of times, even the same group has done something and accused the other. So given that, we need somebody, Mahatma Gandhi, to douse the issue as opposed to flare the issue. Consistently, the existing authorities, both in Indian highest level and at the state, have been communalizing the issue. Unfortunately, the opposition also is falling prey. To me, irrespective of the person, whoever has done has to be punished. Having said that, I think the ruling party and the ruling dispensation has more responsibility to handle this in an even way, one community or the other, until the truth comes up. Even during the investigation, we find sometimes kids and other things have been misused and interminably. And we know that only half the percentage of the kids have been convicted. It is, nobody and
Okay, I have a bad line with you. America, I have a bad line with you. I'll just fix that. America. I have a poor line. I'm not able to hear you clearly. I'm losing your audio there. So I'll just get you back. I'll just fix that line. I'll get you back. But I heard most of what you're saying. But I wanted to ask you a quiz question because you said some political parties are gaining out of what has happened. So he's suggesting, S. Prakash, that some political parties, namely yours. And before I ask you that question, you can respond to him. But please tell me, there was a comment made by your minister called Ashwath Narayan. And he said in Kannada, encounter...
Call me my minister.
Yeah, now, 1 minute. So, your minister said, in Kannada, he said, encounter madak ready agidiri. In Kannada, that translates to, we're ready to encounter madbodu. Something like that, he said. Right?
No, I will explain.
No, but why is he even warning about an encounter? Why is he even talking about an encounter? Let the police do their job. Let the NIA do their jobs.
No, he clearly said the police is investigating the case, and we will not spare the culprits at any cost. In case encounter is necessary, the police will take the final call about it. He did not say we will encounter in case. He only said, and the probability is very less. Already 2 people have been arrested. Many more have been taken in for questioning. The case is progressing well, and now with the entry of the NIA, the entire dynamics has changed. Certainly, a deeper conspiracy will be probed as this incident involved neighboring Kerala state also. It would be very convenient for the NIA to investigate it, as they will have access in Karnataka and Kerala without any hindrances.
No.
Our wish is we want the culprits to be brought to books, and they should be punished at the earliest. We don't want to encash, or we don't want to take any political mileage of such a tragic incident. It is Mr. Siddaramaiah, as you said, is giving a cover for all these perpetrators. He never stands for the victim. He always, even in the previous Harsha case, he accused Harsha was having several cases on it. Whenever a such incident, when a Hindu youth is murdered by Islamic fundamentalists, Siddaramaiah will be there to protect them. He will say innocents should not be arrested. And he will, on the other side, he will also continue to say the case should be probed very at the earliest, and with all those who have committed such crime must be arrested. So he plays double role, and he also raises many doubts about the investigation. That is how he's blocking. He tries to block the investigation and try to protect all those who are involved in such a heinous crime. Let us not come to any conclusion. Let the investigation agency, let them spell out who are the perpetrators, who are involved in it, what is the conspiracy behind it. Even before anything comes out,
Yeah.
the Siddaramaiah tweets, countless tweets, and including the HD Kumaraswamy, they tweet everything as though they have first-hand knowledge about the incident. This is a tragic incident. An young man has lost his life. Our Karyakarta, I was also a BJP youth wing activist once upon a time, and I know the pain when somebody we lose a hardcore Karyakarta. So let other political party leaders, let them display their responsibility while commenting or criticizing the government.
No, but I think, you're trying to sort of give it a spin. He has clearly said, let me tell you, he has clearly said, and I have, the full translation. He has clearly hinted, he's saying, according to their wish, he says, they will be arrested. It's the wish of our workers and people that such incidents shouldn't happen. According to their wish, there will be action. Culprits will be nabbed. They will be nabbed. And we are even ready for encounters. He has said that. Okay, now it's a controversial comment. But, people will ask, now let me get in the JDS, Mr. Prasad Gowda.
Yes.
Why are people trying to play down the PFI SDPI angle in this? Please tell me.
Please come again. Please come again.
Why are leaders and political parties trying to play down the SDPI PFI angle, if there is one, if the police has said it on record?
See, before this, the law and order in the state of Karnataka has come down. It has totally failed. Administration also failed, and law and order also failed. The last occasion I have told already that maintain the peace and harmony in the state of Karnataka. All across the country. But this killings has becoming a habit in our state now. Right from Shivamogga and in Mangalore, it's happening. You name it, anybody, SDI, you are ruling the country. You are ruling the country, and you are ruling the state. And the police is in your control. What made you to stop to take action against any organization?
No, I have a poor audio with you. Mr. Gowda, I have a poor audio with you. I'll just fix your line also. Your line also, I'm facing some issues. Okay, I can't hear you clearly. Let me bring in Karan and Kalik. Okay, Karan, there is a fantastic pattern to this. This is region, first of all, coastal Karnataka. A lot of flare-ups begin here. For example, you remember the hijab issue?
Yeah.
It started in coastal Karnataka. And you know who started it? The campus
PFI
front of India. The campus front of India and the PFI. They're fronts, basically.
Yeah.
Now, what's the guarantee that this wasn't a deliberate, targeted killing? And we know it was a targeted killing. I mean, there are facts suggesting the same. The police have called it a targeted killing. And you saw another murder yesterday. The Congress is linking it to the murder of Praveen, though the police is not. But what's the guarantee that this wasn't aimed at triggering communal violence? Do you see a pattern here, Karan?
Oh, I definitely see a pattern. And another pattern that I see, Nilanjan, is that no political party today can claim to be holier than thou. We all have seen that PFI and SDPI have been notorious. The Siddaramaiah government back in 2018 had withdrawn cases against them. But the BJP also has done little to actually ban them. Back in 2017, the NIA had presented a dossier to the Home Ministry about the far-reaching implications of not banning PFI. The Kerala High Court has in no less terms said that PFI is an extremist organization. What are we doing then? The fact is, no political party, as muscular as they may sound in press conferences or in interviews, no political party today is holier than thou. People are looking for strong action. If you have to follow the UP model, you have to live up to the action, not just words. Apply the Gangster Act. If there is an accused who is absconding as per CRPC section 82 and 83, seize their property, bulldoze it, send out a strong message. Until and unless you don't do that, words are going to matter very little. People are losing their patience, and a careless statement like we can do encounters is also not going to do too good. You should back it up with action, concrete action that people can see. I welcome the step that the case has been transferred to NIA because it deals with multiple states, Kerala and Karnataka, and the central agency should not seek permission from the states before getting to the root of it, because there is a larger conspiracy here, Nilanjan. Radicalization is assuming epic proportions in our country, and organizations like PFI and SDPI, who've been patronized by Congress when they allowed the PFI rally in Kota, when they took back the cases in 2018, these need to be addressed, and all political parties need to be one. It's a matter of time when everyone is in the sweep of radicalization. No party is benefiting out of what's happened politically. Get that loud and clear. They need to act now.
Yeah. You know, let me actually get in, along with Kalik, I'll get in America and I'll get Binay Singh also. You know, you'll find this very interesting. I actually wanted to read this out. It's a recent, America and Kalik on one side and Binay and, Prakash can be there on the other side. Let me tell you something. Recently, there was a brainstorming session of the Congress party. Okay? You'll find this very interesting. And this is dated 28th of June 2022. Okay? So less than a month ago. Let me tell you who was there in that meeting. Rahul Gandhi held a brainstorming meeting. Okay? Yeah. Hear this very carefully. Rahul Gandhi holds a brainstorming meeting attended by K.C. Venugopal. General Secretary in charge of Karnataka, Randeep Surjewala, is present. And two other leaders were present. Sidramaya and D.K. Shivkumar from Karnataka. Okay? Meeting lasts about 4 hours according to reports. And the Congress poll strategist makes a presentation and he says, you'll find this very interesting because elections are coming up in Karnataka. I'll tell you, it's very interesting. He says, according to the survey, nearly 30% of minority votes, mostly Muslims, mainly Muslims, had moved towards SDPI and AIMIM. He says it. He says it moves towards SDPI and AIMIM. America, you can check up. This is a Congress presentation given to Rahul Gandhi. Okay? And they admitted that the SDPI had huge presence in coastal Karnataka and some districts. And you know what Sidramaya said at that meeting according to this report? He's learned to have said that Congress failed to stand by minorities on issues like hijab, halal, restriction on Muslim traders, etc. And he said this was the reason for the Muslim community to be moving away from the party. So today when Sidramaya says, Kalik, you tell me, and then I'll go across to America. You tell me, today when Sidramaya says, see, this is the classic Congress party, okay? Today when he says, it's a habit that when a Hindu is killed, you blame a Muslim. Now, he gave it that spin and he said it was a murder after Sangh internal fallout. Okay? And he's obviously trying to deflect from the entire PFI SDPI angle. Kalik, do you have any doubt on that, Kalik?
See, as per Mr. Sidramaya is concerned, because we all know Mr. Sidramaya is the one who has in fact,
withdrawn the cases against the PFI those days. But we're talking, about the presentation which was made to Mr. Rahul Gandhi by the Congress people there. So if it is there, I think internal observation. But I don't really think that, that is the ground reality there. Because the 30%, if you're talking about, it's quite a large number of Muslims. So, this is probably what happens is because the Congress especially the congressmen, have got a habit of pleasing their leaders and their bosses. So they would probably say everything which, pleases their ears. So this is definitely not the fact, and that is not a ground reality. And now coming to this, let us not give it a political, color, and a color of a communal color too, because this is not a Hindu versus Muslim. A worker was murdered, and then one of the wives of the accused came out and said that her husband was involved in the murder. So it is now up to the police. And now since the NIA has also stepped into the investigation, so I'm sure that the truth will come out. So whether it is BJP or Congress or whichever party is there, they should abstain from playing the politics over this thing. So I think let us leave it to the investigating agencies and let us wait.
Yeah, that's wishful thinking. Kalik, wishful thinking. Yeah, I mean, all the best to you. I mean, which world are you living in? There's elections coming up. Please tell me which party won't take benefit out of it. You please tell me. I mean, you can pray, you can say, okay, fine, you should not politicize. Wow, come on, Kalik, you know what's going on. Binay, do you think he was giving cover fire? No. What are you saying, Kalik? You're a politician. Come on, which world are you living in? You're saying don't politicize. Don't politicize. My God, Binay. Was the Congress giving cover fire to the PFI and SDPI?
Niranjan, this is something more than politics. I think it is beyond politics. It's a matter of national security. It's a matter of internal security. And when we discuss about the model, which state model should be implemented, so I think the Raghubar Das model of Jharkhand is the best model to tackle with PFI. As I stated yesterday also, that there is a provision in Section 16 of Criminal Law Amendment Act 1908.
Took it for a second. I'm so sorry for
Section 16 of Criminal Law Amendment Act 1908.
I thought you meant Hemant Soren model. For a second I thought it's Hemant Soren model and I got confused. Sorry. I got confused. I got confused.
Three years back, Raghubar Das was the Chief Minister. He applied Section 16 of Criminal Law Amendment Act 1908 to ban PFI. The government has changed. Hemant Soren is the CM. But again, PFI is a banned organization in Jharkhand. The only state where PFI is banned. And Niranjan, I can sense a conspiracy in whole this episode against the Indian state. Many internal and external forces are involved into this conspiracy. And this is very much well planned and well oiled. From Kerala to Karnataka, from Delhi to Rajasthan to Bihar to Jharkhand, everywhere you can see this conspiracy, Niranjan. And take the matter of Praveen Netharu, Kanhaiya Lal Harsa, or even Fazil. These are just numbers for the external forces who real motive is to further the fault lines of Indian society in the name of religion, on the name of Hindu and Muslim. And these external forces, Niranjan, want India to bleed. They want India to instigate for a civil war by instigating both Hindus and Muslims. So I again say, Niranjan, I forecast that the same forces are behind the killing of Fazil, those who were responsible for killing Praveen Netharu, Kanhaiya Lal and Harsa. They want to instigate the Muslims, they want to instigate the Hindus, they want to create a chaos, they want to create disturbance, they want to create a civil war, Niranjan. And they are not concerned that Praveen Netharu is a Hindu or Fazil is a Muslim. They are least concerned. They are concerned that how can they bleed India? How can they break India? And if we are not able to sense this conspiracy, Niranjan, we will be a fool. And one more thing, Niranjan. Why Congress is not speaking against them? Because simple. Congress is an alliance partner of SDPI. They have fought elections in Uttar Pradesh, in Karnataka, in Kerala. Rahul Gandhi won Wayanad with the support of SDPI, with the support of WPI. So I think it's high time that we must go beyond political appeasement. We must leave the political appeasement for the sake of our country, for the sake of our national interest. And there must be one voice against the terrorist outfits like PFI, against the re-avatars of Simi. And there must be one voice to ban it in the sake of the country.
Now I have a question.
In sake of both
Vinay.
Hindu and Muslims, and for all the communities.
Now, so, Vinay, I have a
Yes,
question. I have a
Niranjan.
question for the BJP. Let me ask him straightforward. Mr. Prakash should be honest, okay? Because your party says PFI is bad, SDPI is bad, and you haven't done a thing, right? You say we are preparing a very strong, watertight legal case. We're collecting all the evidence. The same thing we've been hearing for several years now. Tell me something. Why would you ban the PFI, or rather, okay, why would you ban the SDPI when people we hear in coastal Karnataka are actually looking at SDPI as a better alternative to the Congress party? It works for you, right? Is that the reason why you haven't banned the SDPI? Could be true.
Sir,
Maybe true.
Sir, SIMI is the earlier avatar of PFI. When SIMI was banned, they changed the name and gave it PFI. You ban PFI, they will give a new twist, new name, then continue with the same activity. That apart, the Karnataka government has already recommended the central government to ban SDPA and PFI. In Karnataka, several cases of murder, arson, communal disharmony, they have created. All those have been documented and has been submitted to the central government. It is now for the central government to make a watertight case to ban these two organizations once and for all. And let me tell you, more than the banning this organization, the people behind this organization must be rounded up and booked in cases where they have indulged in anti-national activity. Only that would make some difference. Mere banning would ensure a new name is given, a new organization would come up. Can I
take a challenge with you on the debate? Mr. Prakash, can I take a challenge with you on the debate? And Mrs. No, wait. No. Very interesting. You hear me out. I know. I have to go across to Dr. Sudhakar. Dr. Sudhakar is joining us on the debate. Let me ask him the trick question, actually. Dr. Sudhakar is a minister in Karnataka, Minister for Health and Family Welfare and Medical Education. Dr. Sudhakar, a lot of people having questions on what's going on in Karnataka about, Praveen Nettaru's murder, especially, okay, you have to catch the culprits. Yes, you are facing anger on the ground. Yes, but why make comments about yogi model? You can follow the yogi model, but then why say we are ready for an encounter? I mean, why warn of an encounter? Dr. Sudhakar.
No, it doesn't mean that when our Honorable Prime Minister, based on the question posed to him by one of the media persons in the media engagement on the eve of completing the first year in office, our Honorable Chief Minister was asked, if need be, would you be implementing a kind of yogis model? Then he said, if the circumstances require, then I do not mind to implement certain things which can be called as yogis model. But Karnataka as a state and under the administration of the BJP rule since last 3 years, the statistics say that we have done much better than what the Congress or the coalition government had done. Because during Siddaramaya's government of 5 years between 13 and 18, we have seen totally 335 communal incidences. There were more than 23 murders. Similarly, during the coalition government, we had witnessed close to, including 29 of those incidences, totally they had about 364 incidences together, Congress and JDS. But since 2019 end that we came into power, BJP, in the last 3 years, of course, the incidences are 56. I wouldn't say that 56 is a lower number and we have done the best. We feel for every precious life, we feel for every communal clash that happens. But our government is not going to allow any such miscreants to happen in the future. Our Honorable Chief Minister is extremely pained especially in the incidents that happened in the last 1 week in Mangalore, which was totally uncalled for, and he has set up 5 different teams under very able and dynamic IPS officers, and we have nabbed already 2 people, and they are trying. And today afternoon, since there was a interstate involvement, that's what our state government feels, there could be an interstate involvement between Kerala and other states. So
are you suggesting the killers came from Kerala?
Handed over to the National Investigating Agency, NI. Possible, because from that village where Praveen stayed, it is only 14 or 15 kilometers to the border of the Kerala. So immediately after this incident has taken place, our DG has spoken to the DG of Kerala, our SP of Dakshin Kannada has spoken to the SP of the neighboring district Kasargod. So they have actually cornered off, and I feel that I can't say much in public, but within a short time we are going to nab all those miscreants, the culprits, the cold-blooded murderers, and we will bring them to the books. And this government, I will tell you for a fact, we are not going to tolerate any kind of communal violence.
Now tell me something,
is
there a role of the SDPI or PFI emerging?
Our Honorable Chief. Yeah.
The reason I'm asking you that question is because Siddaramaiah, the former Chief Minister, says this is a internal Sangh crisis playing out.
No, I can't. Yeah. No way. Sangh, he doesn't even know ABCD of Sangh. Sangh Karyakartas, or they give life to the service, in the service of the nation. They will never take away anybody's life. The ideology is so strong, they are very patriotic, their domain, their USP is humanity, being human. So they do not know anything which will amount to taking somebody's life.
Do you think Congress is giving cover fire to SDPI and PFI?
Absolutely, they are politicizing the scenario, and they are trying to take undue political advantage, which speaks a very cheap politics of Congress. They have stooped to this level. They are using the murders of the young Kannadigas, and they are trying to take the political benefit using this incidences. This is really uncalled, and this is unbecoming of a politician or a political party.
Okay, my last question to you. Is there a PFI and SDPI role? If there is, then what is your state going to do about it? Because we've been hearing for the longest time that you want a ban, but there is no ban. The state hasn't done yet.
I can't deny, I cannot deny nor accept, but this is a very premature phase of the investigation that is going on. They would be considering the role of there are terrorist organizations and also the organizations like PFI and SDPI, because there are so many communal clashes which there were in the past, where they were the root cause and they were behind those clashes. So we can't deny the role of SDPI or PFI. The police, the investigating team, will look into every aspect 360 degree. So we will let us wait. Let us give them some ample time. They will come out with answers. They will come out with the truth. And if need be, the state is willing, and we want to actually ban organizations like SDPI and PFI. But there are some technical hitches, legal hitches, because in the past we know that few states they tried to ban them, and later you have seen that high courts have they could not, they have not processed it, they have not accepted it, they have given a stay order, they have given them the stay order. So we need to we need to handle this and treat this holistically with the support of the union government, and we need to bring in strong legislation, and we need to ensure that such terrorist organizations or organizations funded by the terrorists or the international organization like ISIS, we need to look into all these angles, and we need to ban such organizations to save this beautiful country.
Okay, thank you. That's Dr. Sudhakar, Karnataka Health Minister, joining us on the burning question. Thank you, Dr. Sudhakar.
Thank you. Thank you.
Going back to the debate, Prasad Gowda's audio was poor. I couldn't hear him clearly. But do you want to respond to what the minister just said, Prasad? They're saying they will ban the PFI.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, he was telling about the numbers that comparatively it is better like that and all. He was telling. And the government should be ashamed to give this kind of, because when Kumaraswamy was the chief minister in 2018, there was no communal violence at all. I wanted to bring it to your notice, whole country's notice. There was no communal violence. As soon as BJP come into power, lot of this kind of communal violence have started, and they have taken it as a vote gaining kind of thing by making this communal violence, giving all such sorts of things are happening during this BJP regime. So I don't fully agree with what Dr. Sudhakar made the statement. I have got a lot of respect for him personally, but he is defending his government. But they should know that the law and order in the state of Karnataka has come down drastically. I demand this law and order should be restored. Peace and harmony should be restored immediately. But I do not know why officers have failed to, intelligence has failed. They have failed in all sorts of administration, developmental activity, and giving the security to the people in the citizens of Karnataka as well.
Yeah. Okay. You want to respond to that, Mr. Prakash, and then I'll get into America.
My friend Prasad is making a very sweeping statement without supporting document, without supporting any statistics to prove that during Kumaraswamy
what about
everything was excellent.
See, I can give you one by one.
Unfortunately, JDS and Congress party are not deploring the forces which are indulging in such heinous crime, but always questioning the state government. As you said, it is
your government
Sir, I did not
failed in giving administration, failed in development.
Please listen to me. I did not interfere. You are giving cover to all those PFI, SDPI activists who are indulging such heinous crime. Kindly first deplore the action of those communal forces. Even during your Kumaraswamy regime, how many firings police had fired, how many killed, I can give you the statement. I don't want to go back to that. What is happening
today? Can you please tell me
BJP,
which communal violence has took place?
Sir, you could not handle the Dr. Rajkumar funeral in a systematic way. Please don't continue.
1 year, 1 year and 12 months.
Sorry,
14 months.
You killed 7 people.
Can you tell me what is the incident occurred?
You are not in power for the last 2 years. You are there for a very brief period. You are there only for the brief period. Neither you have any ideology or any program. Your power, you come to power only on an opportunistic platform. Please let us not debate that. We are worried about presently our Karnataka has been murdered. We want to ensure the culprits are punished and they should be brought to books. All other argument does not hold water.
Farmers' loan has waived off the first day.
So that is not the point of debate. We are not discussing your HD Kumaraswamy's achievement here.
No, 1 minute. No, don't don't take it into a. It's not about who was a better chief minister, who was a better minister. That's not the debate here. 1 minute. That's not the debate. No. 1 minute. That's not the debate. That's not the debate. Now, see clearly in the proliferation of the SDPI and PFI and their expansion of footprint across the country, there are many mainstream political parties. America, your party is one of them. Your party has also helped the PFI and SDPI grow across India. Rajasthan, do you know that PFI got permission from the Gehlot government recently to hold a march in Rajasthan, America? Can't hear you, America. Maybe you've muted. You want to just unmute yourself?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Okay. All I'm trying to say is the minister was making a responsible statement. However, during the conversation, trying to word and mouth, you are interrupted with, people's, ISI and PFI name, consistently 20 times nudging him to bring the communal into the faculty. The anchor who is communizing the issue.
Sir, maybe you don't listen. Sir, I don't think you've, no. Have you followed the story? No, have you followed the story?
Go back into it. Let me finish up.
No, have you? You're accusing me. You're accusing me, but have you followed the story, America? Have you followed the story? Do you know the police is talking about it?
Answer, did not bring any communal thing. With the election coming and your Republic agenda, you are trying to communalize
Oh my God.
this issue.
Yeah, America, are you in denial? I did not say the police has said it.
Denial.
Oh my God.
When the police investigating,
Police
you
is,
need to give them the time. It has been Sitaramaya
Karan is saying something to you. Karan is saying something to you.
Niranjan, he is so blinded by the politics of
attacking
it
each other.
that
Even
they
the
have lost all
BJP
their sense of objectivity.
accused BJP of inaction.
Please,
So let's
he has
spell it
not
out.
followed the story one bit.
If you want to talk for BJP,
Sir, are you even listening? Are you even following the story?
Very
No, I think America is not aware of the facts of the case. America, you may not be aware of the facts of the case, America. America, I'll give you the news. America, I'll give you the news. America, you may not be aware of the facts. I'll give you the news. The news is there is Praveen Netturu, a BJP youth wing leader who was lynched. Okay. There was CCTV footage that came out that showed at least 7 people running from the site. Okay, of which 2 of them have been arrested. 2 of them. A union minister said PFI and SDPI is involved. His name is Prahlad Joshi. Another union minister. Wait. No. Let me. America ji, I need to tell you the facts because you're telling me I am bringing out PFI SDPI angle. No, you may not be aware of the facts. I'm trying to educate you, sir. 1 minute. So, 2 union ministers, not 1, 2 of them. Shobha Karanlaje wrote to the Home Minister saying PFI, SDPI could be involved. You have to, constitute an NIA investigation, which is, by the way, happened today. Right. Police went on record saying 2 people have been arrested. One of them has a reported PFI, SDPI link. I am not saying it.
Yes.
Why would I say it? Why would I say it? Karan is coming in. Karan and Kali.
From the police without adequate preparation, without any knowledge of the subject, Niranjan, he has blamed the internal workings of the Sangh. He has blamed it on politics, which means he's come to this debate with an agenda. He doesn't want to discuss the merits of the case.
No, I'll just fix his audio. His audio is not clear. I'll just fix his audio. Karan, go ahead. I'll just fix his audio and bring him back. Yeah.
I'm saying he doesn't know the merits of the case. He doesn't know that it has come from the police, that there is a PFI link being established, but he's gone on to rant that it is because of the internal workings of the Sangh, or it is an attempt to politicize with the election in mind. What this shows is that the opposition has plummeted to abysmal depths in our country. The opposition today is in no position to sermonize the BJP, and the BJP also is in no position to be holier than thou when they have failed to ban PFI and SDPI.
Yeah.
The BJP spokesperson on your panel, Niranjan, was saying that if PFI is banned, the individuals will go on to form another organization. Well, sir, as per the amendment to the UAPA in 2019, even individuals can be banned.
No, let me get in. Let me bring in Prakash. Prakash is nodding his head. Prakash, tell me. Okay, you asked the right question. I mean, everybody talks. I'll tell you. Karan, tell me if I'm wrong. BJP would love an SDPI to be successful politically. I'm not saying. Wouldn't they love for the SDPI to be successful politically because SDPI is become so powerful as a political outfit along with the AIMIM in coastal Karnataka we are hearing.
Exactly.
And people have, according to reports on the ground, and we get a sense, they say that they don't have much faith in the Congress anymore. So if there is an alternative to the Congress, namely SDPI, AIMIM, why won't the BJP let them do well? I was,
sorry, state of affairs.
No, I'm telling you, I before Sudhakar came in, I was just trying to tell Prakash that Prakash, I'll take a bet with you, okay? I was going to say that challenge is before the Karnataka elections, until the Karnataka elections gets over, we are not going to hear of a ban on SDP and PFI. You want to take me up on that challenge?
No, I'm not going to take any challenges.
See, colleague is laughing. Colleague knows.
No, I stated the fact. I know. I stated the fact. It was the PFI's earlier avatar was Simi. Simi was banned, but they changed the name and they named it as PFI. Unless you have a strong case against all these organizations, despite banning, the court will come to their aid because you need strong evidence and they will shut down. Otherwise, also they will name a new organization, start the similar action. I am not against the ban of PFI and SDPI. Rather than that, we nab those people who are creating disturbances, who are indulging in anti-national activity, put them behind for a longer time.
Last word, colleague. Every spokesperson says the same thing. Every spokesperson. Trust me, I've heard so much about this exact same thing. Colleague, I've heard. I mean, don't take me wrong, but we've been waiting for it for quite some time. Anyway, colleague. No, trust me, Mr. Prakash. I don't mean any disrespect, but I've been hearing the same.
No, that is the fact.
Let me come in.
Colleague, yes, colleague. Colleague.
Yeah, let me come in. In fact, we have been hearing a lot of hue and cry, especially about PFI.
Yeah.
And I'm failing to understand why the central government is not really taking any action on banning this organization. And why are they waiting to collect the evidence to ban this organization? And as the BJP spokesperson said, that because even if they ban the organization, there are individuals who will start another organization. But recently there was an amendment to the UAPA Act, under which act, the government can arrest those individuals who are associated with this organization and put an end to this story actually.
Yeah.
But what I understand that because it might be benefiting the BJP in some way or the other. So that is the reason the BJP is trying to keep this story alive, the PFI story. So as I am not really optimistic. I'm hopeful that the PFI would be banned by central government till the Karnataka elections are over.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. Let's wait and watch. Prakash, I've run out of time. I've completely run out of time. Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds. 5 seconds. You want to say 2-3 words? Yes, we will ban.
Even in
yes,
South
we
Canada,
will ban. 4 words.
Polls in all the so without the help of any other political party, we have won all the seats. Why do we need SDPI, PFI? It was Ramanath Rai went for alliance with the PFI.
No, they did. They did. You're right on that.
BJP.
No, you're right on that. They had an alliance. They had an understanding.
We don't need their help.
No, Congress had an understanding. I agree with you. Prakash, Binay Singh, Karan Verma, Kaliko Rahman, Prasad Gowda, America Narayanan. Thank you for joining us on The Burning Question. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.
Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Where the software engineer meets the talented photographer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University.
In a fatal accident, a class 9 student lost his life and several were injured as a school bus and a speeding truck collided in Punjab's Hoshiarpur. Congress MP Dipender Singh Hooda given a suspension of business notice in Rajya Sabha over Centre's Agnipath recruitment scheme in the monsoon session of Parliament.
उसमें आग लगी हुई है और आंदोलनकारी इस तरीके से
और कश्मीरी
Amid the tension between China and the United States with regards to Taiwan, China rejected a US bill to encourage more semiconductor companies to build chip plants in the US. China cited containment of restrictions on China-US cooperation in science and technology. US President Joe Biden and China Xi Jinping spent more than 2 hours talking through the future of their complicated relationship. Chinese Foreign Ministry reportedly warned United States President Joe Biden against playing with fire over Taiwan. China also blamed US unilateral sanctions and tariff barriers which affected the security of global supply of energy and food. This comes in the backdrop of US Speaker of the House announcing her trip to Taiwan.
I think that it's important for us to show support for Taiwan. I also think that none of us has ever said we're for independence when it comes to Taiwan. That's up to Taiwan to decide.
Hitting back at Nancy Pelosi, China firmly opposed to the planned visit to Taiwan. China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokesperson said that the Chinese military will never sit idle and will take serious measures to thwart any attempts by external forces to interfere and separate Taiwan. In the midst of tensions, soldiers participated in live-fire military drills amid escalating tensions with China in Taiwan. The military drills have been running every year since 1984 and aim to boost Taiwan's defenses against invading forces. Although this year the event is more significant in light of rising tensions with China. All eyes are on the visit of Nancy Pelosi. If she will visit Taiwan amid the ongoing tensions, it can aggravate the multiple issues including South China Sea crisis. Agency report, Republic TV.
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
Congress MP K. Suresh gives adjournment motion notice in Lok Sabha over war of words which unfolded between Union Minister Smriti Irani and Sonia Gandhi. Congress MP alleges that shocking attempts were made by BJP MPs, including Union Minister Smriti Irani, to threaten Sonia Gandhi. Amid flash floods in Himachal Pradesh, a link road was washed away in Kaza district. An estimated loss of 15 lakh rupees has been incurred, and the Karnataka State Disaster Management Authority has urged the district administration to take stock of the situation.
In a bizarre incident, watch.
Karnataka government transfers the Praveen murder case in Dakshina Kannada to the NIA. Controversy breaks out over the murder. NIA will investigate it, but the Congress says it could be an internal Sangh fight that led to the murder. Is it giving cover fire to the PFI and SDPI? Section 144 imposed across Dakshina Kannada district as more murders are reported. Karnataka minister stirs a controversy by saying his state was ready for the encounter of the murderers if required.
Where the software engineer meets the cool UI UX designer to create the big dream. The world comes together at Sharda University.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Wherever you are, whenever you want, Republic Live Stream with you everywhere. Republic Live Stream, India's #1 streaming news.
India grand welcome for Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnessed in Chennai today, welcomed with dhols and dance. Chennai welcomed the Prime Minister ahead of his visit to the 42nd convocation of Anna University.
India's Super News Network. Republic Media Network's #1 super feed. #1 across all 3 channels.
In a fatal accident, a class 9 student lost his life and several were injured as a school bus and a speeding truck collided in Punjab's Hoshiarpur. Congress MP Dipender Singh Hooda given a suspension of business notice in Rajya Sabha over Centre's Agnipath recruitment scheme in the monsoon session of Parliament.
उसमें आग लगी हुई है और आंदोलनकारी इस तरीके से
और कश्मीरी
Amid the tension between China and the United States with regards to Taiwan, China rejected a US bill to encourage more semiconductor companies to build chip plants in the US. China cited containment of restrictions on China-US cooperation in science and technology. US President Joe Biden and China Xi Jinping spent more than 2 hours talking through the future of their complicated relationship. Chinese Foreign Ministry reportedly warned United States President Joe Biden against playing with fire over Taiwan. China also blamed US unilateral sanctions and tariff barriers which affected the security of global supply of energy and food. This comes in the